Thrive every day. Growth mindset comeback for lasting success. Welcome. Today, you start a growth mindset comeback. You hear a lot about success and confidence online, but you rarely hear the truth. Confidence drops after repeated failures. It hits your energy. It distracts your focus. It creates a cycle of doubt. This audiobook breaks that cycle. The working title is Thrive Every Day. Growth Mindset Comeback for Lasting Success. You will hear it again later because it anchors your direction. Picture the moments when you wanted to quit. Writing that never looked good enough. Work projects that stalled. Fitness goals that faded after 2 weeks. These moments never meant you were broken. They meant you needed a reset in how you think about progress. A growth mindset comeback gives you that reset. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from experience. You are starting from clarity. You are starting from lessons that have already sharpened you. Today, you build confidence with action. You rebuild it through simple moves that create momentum. This script uses moderate humor, direct talk, clear steps, and a steady pace. Think of it as a friend who tells the truth without fluff and without pressure. You will hear relatable examples. You will hear small daily wins. You will hear encouragement that respects your intelligence. Today's focus stays practical. No jargon, no metaphors, no cliches. Just a clean confidence comeback. Why confidence feels hard when you want to come back. Confidence drops after repeated failures because your brain links effort with disappointment. It protects you from future pain by shutting down motivation. You hesitate. You second-guess yourself. You wait until you feel ready. You never feel ready. You start thinking small. You expect less from yourself. You avoid big steps. You avoid simple steps. This creates a loop that makes you feel stuck. A growth mindset comeback breaks this loop by changing the questions you ask yourself. You stop asking, what if it fails again? You start asking, what can I build today? You shift from perfection to practice. You build confidence for a specific goal by starting at the smallest possible version of that goal. Writers, write a paragraph. Fitness beginners, walk 10 minutes. Career builders, update 1 line on a resume. Small leads to consistent. Consistent leads to capable. Capable leads to confident. The first reset. Your first reset is simple. You admit failure happened. You stop sugarcoating it. You stop replaying it. You stop attaching your identity to it. You treat it like data. Failure is not a personality trait. It is a moment with information. You look at that information and extract one lesson. Only one. You do not need 10 lessons. You do not need a full analysis. One lesson moves you forward. Here is a real example. Someone tries to start fitness 4 times a year. They quit every time. The lesson is not discipline. The lesson is not motivation. The lesson is that your plan was too big. You needed a shorter plan that fits your real life. Another example. Someone wants to become a writer. They wrote 3 chapters. They delete all 3. They feel defeated. The lesson is not talent. The lesson is that you edited too early. You need to separate writing from judging. One lesson, one direction, one improvement. The confidence ladder. Confidence is a ladder built from actions that prove your capability. When you repeat failures, you stop climbing. Today, you start again, 1 rung at a time. Rung 1 is clarity. You pick 1 goal. Writing. Fitness, career growth. Do not pick 3. Pick 1. Your brain needs a single target. Rung 2 is honesty. You pick the smallest version of that goal. You avoid the trap of big dramatic restarts. You pick something you can do today without bargaining. A paragraph, a 5-minute walk, a single application. Rung 3 is consistency. You repeat the action daily or near daily. You track it in a simple list. You do not track mood. You do not track perfection. You track completion. Rung 4 is identity. Confidence grows when you say, I do this, rather than I want to do this. A writer who writes daily becomes a writer. A fitness beginner who moves daily becomes someone who trains. A career builder who applies daily becomes someone who grows. Each rung builds the next. Why your comeback will work. Your comeback works because you use a growth mindset comeback, which appears again here to boost your algorithm optimization. It works because you remove the heavy steps that overwhelmed you before. It works because you build identity instead of chasing motivation. Confidence grows from evidence. You create evidence daily. You stack proof. You watch yourself follow through. You start believing your actions again. Most comebacks fail because people try to compensate for their past. They try to catch up. They try to impress others. They take giant steps that collapse too fast. You avoid all of this. You have made quite a progress. You focus on skill. You focus on repetition. You keep your steps small and your direction firm. Relatable, real-life examples. Example 1. A writer gives up after several abandoned drafts. They decide to write for 5 minutes a day. They finish their first short piece in a week. They finish their first long piece in 2 months. They rebuild confidence by proving they can stay consistent. Example 2. A fitness beginner struggles for years. They drop gym routines again and again. They switch to a 10-minute home routine. They keep it simple. They track their days. They notice progress. They cut the pressure and keep the movement. Example 3. Someone wants to grow their career. They fail interviews. They feel behind. They improve one skill each month. They collect small wins. They practice without judgment. They rebuild confidence by demonstrating progress. Breaking the patterns that hurt your confidence. You will break 4 patterns. Pattern 1, overthinking. You stop analyzing every outcome. You act. Pattern 2, comparison. You focus on your track record. You ignore other timelines. Pattern 3, perfection. You allow mistakes. You value completion. Pattern 4, delay. You start tasks in the smallest format possible. The daily comeback practice. You use a simple 3-step routine each morning. You answer one question. What is the smallest action that moves me toward my goal? You do that action for a short block of time. You review it at night with one sentence. I showed up. This is the base routine. Your midday reset. When motivation drops, you use a 10-minute reset. You stop for 1 minute, you breathe, you name your next step, you do it, you return to your day. Consistency beats intensity every time. The mindset shift that seals your comeback. You separate identity from performance. You do not call yourself inconsistent. You do not call yourself unmotivated. You call yourself someone who is building confidence. You let your actions shape your beliefs. The real secret. Confidence grows when you prove to yourself that you do what you say you will do. You do that through repetition. This audiobook gives you the structure to repeat small wins until they turn into big results. As you close this session, remember the name Thrive Every Day, Growth Mindset Comeback for Lasting Success. Repeat it as a statement of intent. You build confidence through action. You rise through consistency. You thrive every day.